2:30. You are ready, sir?
Yeah.
And as per the thing, today is 10th day, no, sir?
10th day, sir. Yesterday 9th, today is 10th day.
Okay. And you can today you can spare because yesterday we not taken, no? So today you can take some half an hour extra so that we can compensate for yesterday class. And tomorrow we can complete the thing, no, sir?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Without wasting further time. So good afternoon to everyone. So we are entering for 10th day of the session. So today I requested Vikram sir to take some time, extended time, at least for half an hour, so that we can able to compensate yesterday class. So without wasting further time, I'll be handing over the session to Vikram sir. So over to you, sir, Vikram sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Once again, greetings to all. Today is the 10th day of the training session. Python machine learning. Today we will learn one package, Skykit, and then we will import the Excel file, and we will do the machine learning prediction algorithm by using the classifier. This is the two things. One is the Skykit library, and second one is the classifier. I hope screen and my voice visible to everybody, right? Muthu sir?
Tell me, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So, in previous classes, we have already seen the NumPy library, Matplotlib, and we have seen one more library called Pandas. These all library are very essential to do some machine learning algorithms. So, Skykit is a library. It is an open source library, and where we can able to perform the machine learning. So without Skykit, we can't able to do the machine learning. Though, if you want to use a Skykit, you need to have NumPy, Matplot, and SkyPy, scientific Python programming language. Scientific Python means it is a software for mathematics, science, and engineering. It's a very powerful library, Python library, scientific Python. So NumPy, already we have seen numerical Python, Matplot for visualization, and Pandas for importing and exporting the data sets into the Python. So these are all the basic Python libraries we require to implement algorithms in a machine learning or deep learning or any artificial intelligence real-time solutions and the problems. Okay, and this Skykit consists of popular algorithms and libraries related to the machine learning. And it is built on top of the library called SkyPy. That's why it is necessary to install the NumPy, Matplotlib, and SkyPy. We have installed the NumPy, and we already installed the Matplotlib, and we already installed the Pandas also. So we need to install the SkyPy. Any one of you can respond how to install a library? Now I want to install a library called SkyPy. How I can install it out? Yes, pip install, name of the library. So what will be the command here? Pip install SkyPy. This is the way of installing. So after installing it out, this Skykit can be used. So this Skykit consists of a inbuilt data sets like iris and digits. Like this, we have many other data sets also. Today we will try to work on the digits data set, and we will try to apply some machine learning algorithm on the digit data set. So to install the SkyPy, I recommend you all to go to the command prompt and you type pip space install space SkyPy. Those who have not installed the NumPy and Pandas and one more package called, what's the other package? I recommend you all to install these packages and then SkyPy. So first you need to install NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and now SkyPy. Those who not installed these three packages, now you install it out. And now I recommend all of you to install the SkyPy. Those who already using the Google Colab, no need to install anything. Those who are reading any IDEs, PyCharm or Spider, Jupyter, any IDEs means it's mandatory to install. If you use a Google Colab means no need to install. So once you have installed the package, you need to see this one. Successfully installed SkyPy. You need to get this message. It takes only 2 minutes to get install things. Once you get installed this one, already with that package, we will get a lot of data sets and we get some machine learning algorithms as well. That's why we need to install this Skykit package. So I hope you have got installed, right? As I said, it has some inbuilt data sets. The data set which I'm trying to use today is digits. Digits is a data set. It is made up of 1797. This is the count and this is the size 8 by 8. 8 by 8. Like that, how many images? 1797 images. The data set consists of 1797 images. Each image is of what is the size? 8 by 8. Okay, each image will be how means like this. Okay, if you want to download the data set, already this data set consists with the help of a Skykit. If you want to download means you can go to the repository here, UCI. This is the Professor Irwin UCI repository. You can go to here and you can able to download it out. You can see the clear description also. Let me redirect that one. Oh, I need to share the screen, right? Let me share the screen now so that you can able to see the website also. I hope everybody can able to see the machine learning repository, UCI. Can you able to see the screen, right? Regarding the data set, I'm saying. So if you see on the data set, we call data set as what? Digits data set. Pen-based recognition of handwritten digits. You can see here the characteristics will be multivariant and the attributes are integer or numericals. And what are the algorithms we can apply on this data set means classification. And how many instances are there? 10992. And year of donated and attributes. Any missing values means no. So this is the before, as I said in the previous sessions, before going to correct data set, you should be able to know on that particular data set what kind of algorithms you can able to apply. Sorry. If in this data set, if you try to apply some clustering means it is not possible because this data set will suitable to perform only classification. So I hope I hope you all know classification comes under which type of learning? Classification will come under which type of learning? Any guesses? Classification will come under which type of learning? Do you remember this one? Whether classification will come supervised or unsupervised or reinforcement. Which type of learning? Supervised learning. Yes. Classification will come under supervised learning. So, if you want to clearly know about clearly learn about data set, you can see the database information here, how it is created, what is what, and who created it, relevant papers, everything can be seen here. That's why I redirected the screen to here. The objective of redirecting the screen is to know what are the tasks can be done on this data set, when it is created, and what type of values and categories is there. Okay, you can download here as well. Okay. So let me in brief, how this dataset is created is, they have one LCD screen and one stylus pen. Some students or some persons are writing some letters on the screen. So the screen consists of what? Pixels. Pixels means will be point, x comma y. So they have written the x comma y, points. And they calculated the pressure as well. Pressure, how much pressure they are applying on the stylus pen. So based upon that, by handwriting, this data set was created. And the data set will be in the form of image. This is the screen of the LCD. Like that, they have created the data set. Now let's go to the practicals. How to you load the data set and how to load the support, classification algorithm, and how to load the different data from the data set. We will see now. I'm just going to the Jupyter. Here I'm going to the things which I done before itself. I'm going to the data set. Now you see here, you can able to see the outputs. See, you are getting the output here. So let me explain what is it with the help of this one. Okay, so now you are clear that we are going for the supervised learning. Anyone of you see what is supervised learning? What is supervised learning? It consists of labels. Labels also called as targets. So for any algorithm, what we require? We require input and we require output. The output is a target. The input is the features. Features means maybe the column names. Okay. So input is the features, output is the target. So we may call as labels as well. So in the supervised learning means labels should be there, compulsory. What may be the labels? Yes or no, true or false, good or bad. These are all the labels. The data set or the in a class, the student should become to yes gender or no gender, or girls or boys. Like this, supervised learning consists of the labels already. Okay. So if you see on the screen, I have two codes here. First code is import is a keyword and matplot library. I'm importing the library. Inside that I'm importing the pyplot. I'm storing that thing in the PLT variable. I'm using the sklearn Scikit library. From there I'm importing what? Data sets. And again from there I'm importing what? SVM. SVM means support vector mission. Support vector mission. So now we're going to use the support vector mission as a classifier. Classifier means the algorithm used for the classification. So classification will be supervised learning. It consists of labels. So we are using the data set. Which data set? Digit data set. So it consists labels. That's why we're importing a package called SVM, support vector missions. And with the help of this sklearn data sets, I have loaded the load underscore digits data set, and I'm printing the digit data set on the screen. You can check practically. In front of you, I want to load. Let me show another data set. Iris. See. Now this consists of what? Iris data set. So like this, by giving the name of the data set, you can able to load the data. So now I want to load which data set? Digits data set. So I'm using the name as digits. I'm running it out. So it is displaying on the screen. So I want you all to do this one.
Vikram sir?
Yes, you want me to explain what is sklearn?
Yes sir, what is the thing? That thing.
It is a library like NumPy, Pandas, like that. Is a library where it consists of machine learning algorithms and data sets to it. Scikit, as I said, this one. Once you install this one, SciPy, then automatically you can able to use the sklearn. So if you want to use the sklearn, means you require a packages like that. So the sklearn consists of what? Means inbuilt data sets and inbuilt machine learning algorithms. So here we are using the inbuilt digit data sets, which is already consist of the inside the sklearn. This is a library which already consists of the data set. It's already consists of data sets called digits, and it already consists of the data sets called iris. That's why I can able to import sklearn data set. And this sklearn also consists of what? Yes, we support vector mission algorithm. So I am importing it. So sklearn is a library like Pandas, NumPy, and etc. But sklearn consists of what? Means machine learning algorithms and data sets. That's the usage of the library. Okay. So did anybody got executed? You try both digits and iris. This is one way to access the data sets.
Sir, Vikram, Vikram, sir.
Sorry, your voice is not audible to me, sir.
Okay, okay. Now, okay, sir. Vikram, sir, now it is clear.
Your voice is clear for me, sir. Some other one is speaking, right? I don't know who is speaking. His voice is not audible to me.
No problem, no problem, no problem, sir. If your first, sir.
Did you got the output of this one?
Yeah, both of you got it.
I want you to try in the collab or spider wherever may be. Got it. Yeah, Kirtana got. So here in the place of digits, you go for iris. That as well will be displayed. I'm using here. I'm printing print of digits dot data. That's why it is showing below. Not yet. I use the SPM. I will use. For now, in this code, what I'm doing is I'm importing the data sets, and I'm importing the SPVM support vector classifier, and I'm importing the matplotlib. These three things I have done. And I have loaded the digits data set among all data sets, and I'm storing it in the variable digits. With it variable digits, I'm printing it out. This is the data set. Once you've done that, go for the next step. Now here what I'm printing, I'm printing the input and output. Inputs are what? Images in 8 by 8. Outputs are what? Targets, labels. So 0, 1, 2, 8, these are all what? Targets. So in the digits data, users may write some number. So that should predict which number they are writing. That is the thing. That is the data set. They created by the data set is that one. So number may be from where to where means 0 to 9. That may be a 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, so on 9. So this is the what? This is the features input of that images. The image features. There may be a shape of the images, how it looks like. So based upon this shape, we need to predict what number it is. So targets are what? Numbers from 0 to 1. So this is the targets, and this is the image. So image consists of many images. If you want to know how many images is there, you can go for length of. If you want to know how many image you have in front of, try to do it out. Print of what I want to print, length of what? Data set. Which data set? Digits. Now we run it out. So what is the length of digits? 5. So like that, you can able to know the digits. So here I'm accessing what? 1. You can take 0 also. It will changes. Check here. I will take 3. 3 changes. Like this, you can able to access the input. But target class will be same. 0 to 9. So once you complete the top one, I recommend you to do this one.
ಬನ್ನಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಸಿದ್ದ.
So Vikram sir, Vikram sir. Vikram sir.
Sure, I'm muting and just explaining. Sorry, sir.
Your voice is not audible, sir.
Yes, that's what.
Okay.
I'm muted. Now it's okay, right?
Now it is okay, sir. Now it is okay.
Sorry. Here, I want to visualize the data set. That I want to visualize what? Training, input and output image. So here what I have done, I have made the list of image and the target class. Both I have made it as a list and I stored it in the variable images and the labels. And then I have made here place where the image should be able to display it out. And then I had made the subplot for each and everything. Then I am displaying the thing. Once you execute, you will get the answer. You can see on the screen. I hope so. So this is the thing. 0 image will be like this. Output will be 0. Target class image will be like this. For 1 image will be like this. For 2 image, for 3, for 4, 5, 6, 7. Like this, the images will be displaying here, the target classes. So we need to know it out, how the target class should be, how it is predicting. Like that, we are combining the image and the target based upon this slide. check it out whether you will get displayed the images or not by typing this one. So first one we importing the MATLAB, second one we importing the data set, third one we importing the support vector machine, and fourth one we loading the digits of data, and next images and labels we are making as a list, and then here what we giving the space position to display it out, where each and every subplot should be displayed, and then here I am displaying with the label training as a title. So now I want you to do this one. Why I am recommending you to do means you will get content once you get the output. This is how importing the data set and extracting the targets and the label images, and to display that one, to visualize it out. This all requires a lot of practice to understand. Did anyone got this? See, interpolation means what? Can anyone of you say? I am saying here nearest. The image should be nearest to the target. That is the meaning of that. Whatever the image you're trying to be, it should be nearest to the target. That is the meaning of this interpolation. I given nearest. If it is farthest means there won't be any relationship between the target and the here. That is the meaning of this interpolation. And title means I'm giving the title as training. And remaining the terms I hope you all know. Did any one of you got? If you didn't understand any terms or functions on top of the screen, you can ask me. So Mazaruddin got it. You understand the images as well, right? You see the top of the image. You have target class and bottom you have the image. 0, it will look like 0. 1, it will look like 1. 2 will look like 2. That is the nearest images. That is what actual data. Based upon that only we will train it will be done. Prediction.
Sir, Vikram
Yes,
sir,
sir.
I got the thing, but I got the image not got only. I got the values, sir, 0 to 1 scale. One rectangle box I got it.
Rectangle box you got inside it did got image, huh?
Image, I got it. Training 0, training 1, training 2, training 3.
So you check this one. It should be you check this one plt dot im show of image
Ah,
command.
that thing I have not done, sir. Correct. I have not done the thing. Correct.
Yeah. So only one got a.
Sir. Vikram sir.
Yes, Muthu sir. How do we get to know data set which is available?
Now I got it, sir. Now we are given nearest and this thing. What is the meaning? Nearest means close to the our expected.
Close to the target, yeah. Close to the label.
So what are options apart from can try, sir?
Sorry?
Oh, no. Apart from here, we can try. It's close to the our expected figure, correct? No, apart from the interpolation you given nearest. No, apart from any other thing we can.
Farthest. You try farthest.
I'll try, sir. I'll try. So what is that in for loop given? No, enumerate. What is answer enumerate?
Enumerate means we have the different targets, right? It starts from 0 to 8. So it's taking from 1 to 1.
Okay.
It's mentioning the number of things. Enumerate If it's from inside labels, in the list consists of 9. So it's starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Enumerate means we have how many number of things like that. So where we have number of things inside the images and labels, we have a list like that.
So forest to spell it as FEREST.
FEREST. We have data sets like diabetes, digits, wine, breast cancer, like that. We have linear rod. We have many other data sets. You can go for utilities.bunch so that we can able to know about the Skylon. You just type sklearn dot datasets. You will get the list of datasets. Instead of
So can you type in chat box so that we will get. Vikram sir.
yes, sir.
Vikram sir. So actually, Masaruddin is saying not getting it. Vikram sir.
Yes, sir. Your voice is not clear, sir.
No, sir. No.
Yeah, it's breaking, sir. I couldn't understand.
Just a minute.
Once you finish this, I will type here and I will show how to the list, etc.
Vikram sir.
Yes, sir.
Now my voice is okay?
Yeah, now it's audible, sir.
Okay. No. Actually, we are trying with the forest, sir. That is not getting. Similarly, Masaruddin also not getting the forest that is using the thing, the image.
Image will not get, sir, because because the target,
No, that come. Mm-hmm.
you will get this one. I hope you won't get the image. You will get the circle. I mean square itself, right?
No, that command itself, we are typing FEREST, sir. When we are executing it, showing the command is error is showing, sir. We typed FEREST, sir.
Okay, let me check.
Now you check it.
It seems not valid for interpolation. Okay, not getting with forest. Okay, in the library. Okay. Generally, we use we go for cubic, something like this. So based upon the data set, we need to take the different thing. I hope so. This is the value between the 2 points actually. Based upon the data, the methods and other things will be changes. So for this data set, we need to use the nearest. You got it right, Muthu sir and Nazi. I mean, who other?
Yes, sir. We got it, sir. We got it.
Yeah, quadric. You type double as well. Someplace based upon the data set. Some data set will support. Some data set will not support. That's the thing. Yeah, quadric as well you can try. So for one particular data set, we need to use one thing. In some place, sometimes we will use smooth also, smooth something like that also. I'm just checking whether we will get or not. It's all are taking trial and error only. No.
Quadric we are getting, sir. Quadric.
How it is getting?
It is getting number like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that number wise we are getting. Yes, sir. Like it only, sir.
Yes. I tried quadric, it got getting. Any other? So here remembering the methods is very, very difficult, huh? That's what I said in starting also. See, the meaning of interpolation means find the nearest one like that. We have univariate plane.
Sir, Blackman also coming, sir. Blackman.
BLSCKMEN, na?
Blackman also similar to quadric.
Yeah, I'm trying for the method, Mazhar. Generally, we will go for data sets. Yeah. Where can we get to know what are available in the libraries? We need to go to the documentation of each and every library.
So where to get, sir, the thing, documentation you were saying?
See, documentation. Which library you want? We have SkyKit itself. I recommend directly you can use SkyKit also. Official documentation will be, see, let me show this one. You go for Anaconda Navigator. I'm just trying to open that one. If we get any queries or any, while doing, where we can learn and where we can get the data sheet and everything, means this is one of the things. See, we have a utils, UTILS. With the help of utils, inside the UKLN also we can able to know it out. sklearn.utils, UTILS. It's taking time to load, it's loading. Collab. Let me try. See here we have something like environments, learning, community, right? Here you can able to see the documentation. This is the documentation of the Anaconda. See, these all things we can able to know for each and every data. See, for Jupyter, Spider, PyCharm, this all thing can able to learn here about the Anaconda, and we have the community kind of thing as well. We have the community, and we have the learning here. So here we can able to get it out, the details of everything. See, this is Anaconda package list. Like this, if you go into the deeper spider list, SkyPy list, this is one of the thing we can able to know where is what. See, this is the Anaconda packages. You can see the names here. Like this, we can able to, by clicking on the appropriate link, Mini Anaconda installer. We have one thing called dummies. There as well we can able to know it out. We have one command called doc, doc. We have one command called doc, doc. We can use that one. So dog followed by the Python package, I'm thinking so. Let me, where is the, this one, right? Let me go for the, I'm just checking. Otherwise here, we can go for here as well. This is the reference. Whenever we get some doubt, we need to go for here. This is the thing where we can able to know it out. Even you can go for this developer blog as well, you can check it out. This is the one way of learning about the things, learning the updates on particular thing. See, this is the what? Documentation of SkyPy. You can check here, right? SkyPy code of like this. You can able to go for documentation of NumPy. See, this is the NumPy reference. Here you have DOCS. You click there. NumPy documentation. Reference guide, user guide. Actually, here I typed the doc, right? Similarly, here straight away we can take the docs to there with some method. This DOCS. This for the contributors, for releases, for others. Hello, you can able to see the screen, right? Hello, sir, can you? Yes. So if you want to know about any package or anything means, this is the way of seeing the thing. Even in, see, this is a manual, NumPy 1.19 manual, 18. This is the older versions, 1.3 manual, 14. We can get the guides from here. I'm just clicking on the Python, see, updated 19th NumPy. See, NumPy user guide. When June 29, 2020. Just 3 months back. So if we see here means we can able to know updates, what happening, etc., etc. We can able to see with the help of this releases, documentation, what newly added. You can see here. So by seeing here, we can update it out, our things like this. Like this. This is one of the way of learning. Generally, we used to follow this one. For any language, we need to follow this documentation. We need to update ourselves. Everything. But it requires some basic fundamental things. Already, if we get with this all things means we can able to learn it out. Okay. Generally, these docs we can get with the help of the method. I forgot that method actually. So like this, you can able to check it out. Whether that may be in any, even you can PyCharm or any IDE as well, you can able to retrieve it out. Not only in this Jupyter IDE, any IDE you can able to know the documentation. See Python documentation. You can download it, the Python version. You can see the issues. User guide, get started. These all things. Generally, I downloaded before. See, here as well you can able to learn it out. SKI learn about. So some of the things you can see in the left corner, the user's guide, getting started. Like this, you can able to check it out. With the help of this one, you can learn all the things. From here itself, we used to collect the data and we used to learn it out. Okay. So this is about the data set. Next, we go for the, so any other questions? So generally, we used to train with the help of this documentation, what I used to learn. There we used to read, we used to get update, and we used to get trained. There we have some examples. The digits data set, what I'm doing as well, it's from that data itself. It's a very old thing. By keeping this as the base, we will try to learn ourselves. Depending upon our requirement, we used to update it out. So next, we need to remember this slide. If you want to do the machine learning, what we need to do is load the data set. After loading, what we need to do? Pre-processing. As I said yesterday, we need to remove the missing values and etc. etc. Then you choose what are the inputs and labels. Just we have seen what are the inputs and outputs is there. Inputs are the images in our previous example. That's the features. Labels are 0 to 1 like that. And choose which classifier you want to classify. Now the classifier which we are using is Opera Vector Mission. And then you need to fit this one. You need to fit input and output into where? Classifiers. After fitting into the classifier, you predict. Then you will get the output. For anything, generally we will load, we will pre-process it out. We try to know what is input and output. Then we will select the algorithm or the model. And we will fit the input and output inside that model. Then we will see the output. This is how generally we used to do it out. So you need to remember this one. Loading, pre-processing, identifying the input and outputs, then choosing the model, then fitting the model with that input and outputs, then we will execute the algorithm. This is the simple algorithm for classifying it out. By seeing this, if you type this in the screen, you come to know how easy the machine learning algorithm will perform the classification. Before that, let me train you what is support vector mission. See, if this is the data means the points which come under here. For example, so this green one called as class 1. This is called as class 2. So what is the difference here? Below this line are class 1, above that line are class 2. Here also we consist of different points. This is one classifying. One other may be like in quadratic. We have a circle, right? Here we have red ones. Inside we have some other color. Like this. So these inside ones are what? Class 1. These outside ones are what? Class 2. I am saying the different classification ways. So not only circle, etc., etc. This kind of thing is called a classification. How we classify it out. So now, for example, this is the graph 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have here points like 3, 4, 0, 1, 0, 3, 1, 3, 4, 3. If you plot a graph here, 0, 3 means this is 1, 0, 1, 3, 4. I mean 3, 4, 4, 3, 1, 3. If you check this one, this is also one type of classification. This is class A. These 3 are class B. So what is this line represents means model. This circle represents model. Again, this line represents model. So based upon this model, above or below, circle, inside circle, outside circle, inside a line, like Like that, we will do the classification, classifier. So here, this is the prediction. We have a keyword called predict. Predict will predict what the data it is in the digits. So this is the target. This is the input. We are giving the input and we are giving the target. And we putting this input and output where? In the classifier. CLF. What is the classifier here? Support vector mission. I have drawn the line is, the line was what? Gamma and C. If you want to understand the gamma and C, you should clearly understand what is support vector missions, how we can draw the line. Why I said this line is a model means this line is what? Gamma and C. These are the things you need to know it out here. This is the matplotlib and data set support vector missions. I loaded this data and I have loaded the support vector mission. This is the model. This is the model. So in this model, I want to predict it out. I have predicted here with the help of predict, clf.predict. So CLF is a model dot predict. CLF is support vector. So input and output, and I'm fitting it out. I hope all lines you can see, right? Now this is the displaying thing. So now I want you to type this data and you check it out, what output you will feel. This is the thing you can type it out here. Muthu sir, what is the meaning of no?
No, sir. That hello.
Yes, sir.
No, that I was given previous. You asked something, no? For that I given no.
Okay, sir.
No, not for this thing. Okay, continue, sir. No problem.
What?
So here the length of the data is 1797. So prediction models I said 0 to 9. You can see here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How we can able to do the again and again means in the places of 10. I'm taking how much data? I'm taking from 1 to 10. Colon 10 means meaning 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 100. So by changing these two things, you come to know the predicted value. Predicted value will be 0 to 9. So you change the, in the place of 10, you change 9. Here you change the values and you predict it out. At what time you are predicting exact? That is the good training model. Like that you can able to predict it out. This is the repeatedly I said validation. Na? So like this you can put any other thing also here. So like this you need to predict it out. Prediction will be 0, 1 or 6, any one of the thing. Like that you can able to predict it out. See 0, 1, 2, 3. Like this, the prediction will be like this. This is how you will get the output. So you try the different values and you check it out, what it comes and how. Any one of you done? Please respond.
I did it, sir. I did it, sir.
Did you got, sir?
I got it, sir.
Yeah, good, sir. Now you change the values and you check, it will changes.
I'm changing the values right now.
Changing the values in the sense we're changing the input and the labels. So output will be varied. That's our intention. That's how we will train it out. At which value we will get the best results, that will be our performance and etc. etc. Then we will find the visualization in deeper way. Is it changing, Muthu sir?
Changing, sir. Changing, sir.
Yeah. That's how we will do the thing. If you remember in first class, I said 3 things to you. Validation, testing, training. So this is how we will do it out. We give an input and output and predicting. By the predicting image, we are changing the input and output. There is a validation. Testing means coming exactly or not. Training means we giving the model here. As I said, gamma equal to 0, 0, 1, that is the training. Support vector mission. Over there, we will change 0.001, we will change 0.002. Like that, we will change. That is the training. Based upon that, prediction will be the output validation, correct or not. That's how we'll keep on perform the iterations. One after the other, like that, we perform iterations. So with the iterations, we can able to do the things. So this is the, can you recommend few good books also? 100% I will recommend tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the end of our session, right? Tomorrow I will suggest you some good resources and good books also. So see, my recommendation is we will get plenty of books and plenty of data are available in the website, in internet, but we need to know the right one. So that's why we used to attend the training and sessions. We need to get some directions, what to use. Most of the people don't know that to do the machine learning, we require these libraries. But every library will be there. We require a direction is very, very important. Attending the training sessions, why we attend in direction. So now you came to know that we have a SQL on. To use it SQL, we require libraries like MATLAB, NumPy, Pandas, etc., etc. Here I have used the Pandas. You can check here. So like that, we need to the direction. So with the direction, if I share some new resources to you, you come to know the actual thing what you need to do it on. So for sure tomorrow I will share the resources also. Thanks. So with this, I have ended my session today. So up to now, we have any questions, any clarification queries, you can ask me. If no questions, I can wind up the session.
Okay, Vikram sir, I think today was mostly hands-on training. So we personally, I got something from out of the training today.
Thank you, sir. Tomorrow as well, a similar kind of experience we will do, and we will wind up.
Tomorrow is the last day, so tomorrow we'll start by 2:30 and we will complete, sir. Okay, no, sir?
Yes.
So a small request to all the participants, since tomorrow is the last day, so you want to take the feedback from all the participants. So we are requesting all the